So today we're here with
My name is Randy Kemme.
Randy. Where are you from?
I'm from Teutopolis area, born and raised here, local area all my life.
Tell me about yourself, your family. You have any siblings, and who are your parents?
Well, my parents were Bob and Esther Kemme, and raised us right here, close south of Teutopolis. I got two brothers, two sisters. You want their names? I got an older sister named Barb, lives right across the road from me. And I got a younger sister named Nyla, lives down the road here, not too far. I got a younger brother, John, lives in Diedrich. And I got the youngest brother, lives in Missouri, Rick.
Where'd you attend high school, and where did you graduate?
I attended Teutopolis High School, graduated in 1975.
Did you play any sports in high school?
I played baseball and basketball and some track for a few years until we got spring baseball my senior year. Then
Did you participate in any music classes in high school?
I was in band, I think, up to freshman year, and then I quit. And other than that, really not.
After the high school career, as far as college-wise, where did you attend?
I went to Lakeland College, Mattoon. Got a degree in ag business. I was in the Lakeland choir there for 2 years.
So I hear you had a nickname. What was that, and how did you get that?
Well, when I was in grade school or something, I wasn't supposed to cuss. My mother didn't like us to cuss. And instead of calling somebody a bad name, I'd call them you pecker or something, peckerhead. And another kid in school, one of my schoolmates would try to get me to cuss, and he'd just call me Peck all the time.
So growing up, tell me about your fast pitch softball days, and who did you play with?
I started playing softball right out of high school. I played baseball for 3 years with the Effingham Comets, a semi-pro baseball team. And then I started playing fast pitch softball in, I don't know, about 76 or 7 maybe. And I played 6 years with first year I played with the JB Eskers in the Teutopolis League. And then I think I played 6 years, maybe 7, with the Crystal Club softball team. And then I played 6 or 7 years with the Dittamore Implement softball team. And then I played 6 or 7 years with the FS softball team. So altogether, I played about 20 years of fast pitch softball.
You made your rounds, buddy.
Well, they were all local teams and played right around here. And we had a lot of fun doing that.
So tell me about, you played softball, and then when did you start playing music?
Started playing music in 1984 when I was still playing softball, which didn't really work out the best, especially on weekends. They had a weekend tournament on a Friday night or Saturday night, had a softball game, and you had a music job. Well, I wasn't getting paid to play softball, so I told the boys, well, I got to go with the music job. So I missed some tournament games that I really didn't want to miss, but that's the way it was.
Tell me about what bands you had played in.
Started in 1984, played in a band called the Barstool Buddies. And we played for 5 years and played a lot. We averaged like 3 nights a week for 5 years. That's back when all the clubs in Effingham had bands Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we turned down a lot of jobs. We couldn't play them all. And but we kind of got burned out playing that much. Of course, I was young then, so that helped a lot. But finally got burned out after about 5 years, and we quit. A few years later, I started up again with a bunch called Riverview. And we played about 1.5 years there. Played there with a great lady, Melody Freeman, who plays with me now. And her husband was the drummer. And we played about 1.5 years, I think, maybe 2. And Melody got the job with Nashville North up at Taylorville, where they hosted all the country stars, and she got a job in the house band there. So Riverview kind of disbanded. That was the end of that. And some of us that was left from Riverview, we started up Thunder Road, and which I'm guessing was 97 or 98. I'm not real sure, but we've been Thunder Road for roughly 22 years now.
So since you kind of mentioned Thunder Road, how did you come up with that name?
Well, when we just decided to start playing, left of us, me and Denny Easton and Ed Taylor were left from the Riverview band. And we found us a drummer and we found us a bass player. I said, well, now we got to have a name because Frank Nuxall already had us booked at his place called the Rawhide. And I came up, I had in my head's Country Thunder or Thunder Road, and talked to a few of the people that used to go and listen to us and said what they thought was a better name. And most of them agreed they liked Thunder Road better, so that's what we went with.
So obviously Thunder Road's kind of a big name around here as far as your band. Describe everyone in the band.
Well, I'm very blessed. I got one of the best bands I think around. They're the best for me anyway. So they are very talented and great musicians, which I'm not, but they are so good. Dale Walls is probably one of the premier bass players in this area. He plays bass for me now, and such a great bass player. And my regular drummer is Jeff Fred, who's been with me a long time, off and on. And he's having some health trouble right now. So we got Dale's son, Joey Walls, is kind of my regular drummer now until Jeff gets back on his feet. And Joey does a great job drumming. Surprised he wanted to play with us because we're so much older than him, but he says he really enjoys it. We really enjoy him. Steve White plays steel guitar for me, and he's just a super musician on guitar, steel guitar, and anything, and he's so good. I have Melody Freeman, plays keyboard and fiddle with us, and she's probably knows more about music than any one person I've ever met. And she is so good, so talented. And my right-hand man with me, Ed Taylor, he's been with me since day one, from the time we started, for over 22 years, and I played with him before that with Melody and her husband Phil's band. And Ed's just been so good to me. The whole bunch, they're just so good, and they're so good to me, and I don't deserve them. I don't know why they choose to play with me, because they can do a whole lot better. But they are very great people, and I'm very blessed to have them.
You do a terrific job, Randy. Favorite venues to play?
Well, used to be the Rawhide was one of my favorite places because it was always easy to get in and out of it through the side door there. The only thing I didn't like, we had to play at 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't like that too much. But T-Town KC Hall, the old KC Hall, we got a brand new one now that we haven't played in yet, but hopefully we will someday. Years ago, we played a lot of wedding dances in the old T-Town KC Hall, and that was one of my favorite places to play. That was always easy in and out, and had a pretty good sized stage. Those two stick out the best. The Effingham VFW, I enjoy playing there. Stage is kind of small, but it's a real nice place to get in and out, and they got a real good dance floor. And, I always enjoyed playing there.
What's your favorite part to being a part of the music industry?
Probably what I enjoy the most, or keeps me going the most, if I see people out there dancing, I know they're having a good time and they're enjoying the music. Or if I see them, you sitting at the table, you're tapping their foot or their fingers, or singing the words with me or something. I know they're listening to the song, and then I know I need to do it right, because it sounds like he knows that song he's singing too.
Any obstacles that you endure while being in the band?
Yeah, there are some drawbacks. I mean, setting up the equipment and turning it down when you get done, when you're tired, and there's some times after you work all day, if you work 15, 16, 18 hours a day, then you sure don't want to play music at night. There's times I about have to make myself go. But once I get there and get up and get going, and the music starts or something, then I'm glad of where I'm at.
Who do you look up to, or who inspires you in the music industry?
Well, we played mostly old traditional country, so it was mostly old country stars that I listened to, and I got a lot of my songs from. And I always enjoyed Ray Price, Farron Young, Merle Haggard, Marty Robbins. There was a lot, and probably the biggest influence on me was the local legend around here, Jim Krager, who played with the Country Cut-Ups for over 40 some years, and he helped me out a lot, and kind of told me how to sing a song and taught me what to do with the song, and became my best friend. And we hunted together, fished together, played music together, recorded together, and worked together. I owe a whole lot to Jim Krager.
How are you able to not play for a while, then boom, you can sing anything on the spot?
Well, I ain't gonna say I can sing anything on the spot, but I do know a lot of. I know the words to a lot of songs, and I don't know. I just always did maintain that. If I can think the first 2 or 3 words of a song, I can sing the whole song. But sometimes I will draw a blank, and my band members will tell you that. And if I can't think the first 2 or 3 words, I can't sing any of it. But sometimes I get a little help. They'll tell me how it starts. Okay, now I got it.
Before I go on to the next question, I wanted to ask you about what have you been doing during this COVID time?
I've just been working. I work at Equity at Montrose, and there's been no COVID over there. We work night and day through the spring, just like normal, and there's nobody wearing a mask over there, and it's business as usual there. I mean, it has to be for the farming industry.
Yeah. What would be your number one favorite song to play if it had to be on the spot?
I have so many favorite songs. I hate to pick just one, but if I had to do maybe just one song, I'm going to pick 2. So I always loved 4 in the Morning by Farron Young, and I always loved the song Cinderella by Tony Booth, and pretty well do them about every night we play.
What's your favorite part to being from such a great community like this?
There's a lot of good people around this area here in the Effingham County area, and been coming out to hear us for a long time, and they're pretty loyal. If they start coming, they usually keep coming. They want to know when you're going to play next, where at, and owe a whole lot to them, of the people that come out.
Last Sunday, obviously a big shenanigans at Kenner's. You guys played there, and the crowd was awesome. It was hot out. What is it like playing in the heat in that type of weather?
It's hot. And but that wasn't as bad. We played some hotter jobs than that. When you play outdoors, you never know what you're going to get. And so we played sometimes when it's very cold too outside. But yeah, when that heat gets to you some, but I don't know, the people keep you going, the music keeps you going, you're kind of committed, so you do what you have to do.
How long do you think you will continue to play music?
I don't know. I guess as long as we can, or as long as people keep showing up. So we played a whole lot longer than I expected to already. I didn't expect it to last near this long.
What advice would you give to younger musicians?
I'd say if you want to do it, it's a commitment. I mean, you're going to miss out on some things if you commit to playing to a band or something. And say the family wants to take a vacation or something, say, well, I got to play music next Saturday or something. I got to be home for that. It is a commitment that you have to want to do it. Don't expect to make much money at it, because there's not a lot of money in it, but you will have $1 million worth of fun.
So, Randy, if you weren't playing music, what do you think you would be doing?
Oh, I've played for so long, and I guess if I wasn't playing, I'd probably be wanting to play somewhere or something, because I did quit for a few years one time, and you just never quite lose that itch or something. Don't have to play a whole lot anymore, but if I wasn't playing, I'd probably be wanting to somewhere, or maybe I'd just play around more to campfires and neighborhood parties or something like that.
Is there anything else you would like to share that we didn't mention?
Oh, you cover things pretty well, I'll say that. You go back and do a lot. I might mention some members of my band that are no longer with me or passed away. Pat Conley drummed with me for about 8 years and was a great singer, and we lost him, and Denny Easton played steel for me for about 8 years, a great steel player. And then after him, the great Tuffy Baker played with me for 10 years till his fingers couldn't handle it anymore. And I've just been blessed with great musicians, and I thank them so much because they've done everything they do. They do all the work. I got the easiest job there is. All I have to do is sing songs, and they make all the music and they do all the work. So I really, really am thankful for all the people that ever played with me.
Randy, you do a terrific job with the band. You guys are well known around here, and I am glad I was able to share your story.
Well, I hope you didn't waste your time, because I told you before, I'm a pretty boring interview.
Thank you for your time, Randy. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
About something that you said you forgot to say you wanted to mention?
Well, the band Thunder Road, over the years we've played, we opened a show for T. Graham Brown several years ago, and then Thunder Road backed him up at his part of the show. And we also did the same thing last winter for Daryl and Mona McCall. Did a good show with them, and that was a thrill for all of us to play with those kind of stars. And we've opened for 2 or 3 years and played with Dennis Stromat, who is traveling, goes all over the country playing our kind of music, and is a fabulous fiddle player. And we've gotten to know Dennis pretty good the last 3 years or so.